Okay, welcome to another video. This is going to be the first of hopefully many podcasts. We've lost someone. Podcasts from the Portsmouth Ghostbusters. We're probably going to do something like once a month, and let's see if we can get. We're missing Tom. Tom's gone, but we've got Nikki and Stephen. How you doing, guys? All right.
Hey, how's it going?
We're just gonna we're gonna throw a few topics out there. I'm looking at doing one of these each month. I think the best thing to look at is what we've done recently in terms of events, what's coming up, and obviously this month we've got the film coming out, so we're gonna throw a few curveballs. No spoilers, Nikki. I swear, no spoilers. Let's see what's happened to Tom. Let's see if we can get Tom back in. Unless it's just completely just. God, no, I'm not doing it. Are you coming back in? This is what happens when you're doing stuff live. See, these things happen. We'll get over it. It's all good.
There's always a glitch.
Yeah. So, Stephen, we've not actually met yet. You joined Portsmouth Ghostbusters what about a month ago, give or take, just maybe 3 weeks.
Yeah. It was probably. I think actually, I joined you guys. Well, actually, I kind of started chatting to you all. It was actually quite a long time ago, but I made my build of my Ghostbusters, and so I kind of properly got involved. Yeah, like you say, I don't know, a number of weeks ago.
Because you're coming from an aliens background, aren't you?
Yes, yes, I am surrounded by pulse rifles and various aliens things
Nice.
in my room, as well as
That's
Ghostbusters.
good. That's good. It was a cosplay I considered a Marine a little while ago, but funds being what they are, I've got too many cosplays already. You know, Ghostbusters is it at the moment. And Nikki, you're my right hand person at the moment. I say at the moment.
Pressure.
There, Tom's coming back and look, there he comes. Let's just wait for Tom. Tom, you there, son? He's there. Here he is. He's connecting. I bet he's got a bad connection. You alright, dude? Tom, your microphone's off, mate, and your video's off too. You have to turn it back on. Let's have a look, see if we can't ask to start video. And here we go. There he is.
Yay!
Tom, you there? Are you there? You're
I
there.
think so.
That's better. I can see you. I can hear you.
This is literally ground control for me to talk.
What were you doing?
You know, this is the first of many, and these things will happen. Why did your connection go down or something? Did it?
I wish I knew what happened. It's
There's
quite
a-
technical.
There's a gremlin in the machine. That's what it is. It's gremlins.
Yeah,
Nice.
Not a ghost in the machine. We're okay.
Yeah.
it would be appropriate. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was just saying, Nikki is my right hand person. Amazing. It's taken on a lot of event stuff, which is brilliant. So thank you for that, Nikki. Great.
It's a pleasure. It's an absolute honour.
Good. And Tom, you recently joined as well, haven't you? You were at the event recently. How did you find the event? What was your take on it?
Really good fun. Like, for me, it's any excuse to put on the flight suit and the pack is always good for me. And good to meet like-minded individuals as well. So yeah, we're good.
Okay, fabulous. Okay, so the first thing I wanted to talk about really is the last event we did for cancer research down at Port Solent. Unfortunately, Stephen, you weren't with us, were you? You couldn't make it.
No, yeah, I had to go to my nephew's birthday on that one, unfortunately. But
Yeah.
I'm in for all the others though.
Yeah, the format we did for this one was very much like you would see at a convention, which is kind of where I want to kind of lead these kind of events in the future because it works so well. We actually made more money in sales than we did in the buckets, which is brilliant because people are coming down. They feel like they're going home with something, but they're donating as well, and that's such a big thing. And it's amazing to see the level up we did from. Were you at the one before, Nikki? The one we did down there, just stood around.
In April. last year.
That's right. Yeah, not the April one. No, we've done a little one since then.
Oh, there was one. Yeah.
We did one in October, I think it was, sort of
Yeah, I was
mid
gonna do it,
October.
and I think I was sick. So yeah.
So we had there.
Back of the Slimer.
Yes, yeah. So we had a few of us. I think there's about 4 or 5 of us down there. I mean, we just stood around really, you know, and we had the buckets and bless Lucky and Rain had brought all their props. In fact, I don't think Rain could make it. I think Lucky came down with his prop box full of goodies. I had nowhere to put them. I was like, you know, it's just one of them things. So the format this time, having the tables, I think was ingenious. I think we've got tablecloths getting sorted for the next one, hopefully, Nikki. Because we had obviously we had a couple of tables down. I weren't overly pleased with the size of the tables they gave us, which is why I asked the security man to run and get me 2 more. Because we had the little square ones. I was expecting, you know, your normal, you know, at least 4 foot, 5 foot, 6 foot kind of table, and it didn't kind of work. But Tom, let me come to you. What was your take on? I mean, that was kind of your first event with us, but your first event with that kind of thing, wasn't it? Have you done any conventions or anything before? What's your?
No, so I'm fairly new to all this sort of stuff. My first involvement with you guys was last year's meet up at Port Solent.
Yes, I remember now. Yeah, that's right.
And then obviously we did a little thing at the Christmas market at Port Solent, Andy, as well.
Yeah, oh, of course, yes. Sorry, Tom.
Having lots of other Ghostbusters around, yeah, it's kind of all very new to me. But
yeah,
it's good to meet other enthusiasts. I tend to bore a lot of my, you know, civilian friends and family, if you like, with talk of Ghostbusters. So to find a captive audience is always appreciated.
Yeah, it's always the way, isn't it? Yeah, I find that as well with a lot of the different stuff that I do. You know, people are like, whatever. You know, I talk to my brother and he's like,
I love the expression civilian.
yeah. My brother's always like, what do you do? What? He just doesn't. You know, but there's people who just don't get it, and I understand that, and I think that's part of our job, really, is to educate almost, you know, because for me, I've been cosplaying since I can remember. I've been dressing up since I can remember. Cosplaying since about 2013. I did a couple of cons, and I like conventions. I really do, and I like the attention that you get at conventions. That really, you know, really is a buzz. But I think the fundraising side of it, bridging that gap between, you know, dressing up just for the sake of dressing up and actually fundraising, I think it was always the big thing for me and Samantha when we created. I don't know if you guys know, we've got another group that we both run called the Hampshire Cosplay for Charity, and they, you know, our ethos with that was to take the idea of dressing up and you know, pushing it forward for fundraising. But you know, I still like conventions because they're fun. You know, it's good. You know, conventions are dressing up for me. Do you know what I mean? In fact, last year me and Samantha both we went down there with our 3-year-old to Portsmouth Comic Con last year, and she didn't see me for the whole time. I got in trouble, and you know, because you just get lost in that kind of, you know, atmosphere, I guess what it is. But you know, finding that buzz on the events we do for fundraising, I think is huge, and I think, you know, like I say, it's bridging the gap. It's also educating people about what we do and why we do it. You know, that's the upside and the smiles on people's faces. Who's coming to the release this month? Who's doing the release? Tom, are you down?
Yeah,
I'm down for the Saturday, I believe.
The Saturday. So the 3 of you are doing the Saturday. So I'll be coming down to help set up. I say set up. I'm just bringing the banner, really, because there's not a lot else we can do. We're raising money for. Sorry.
It counts.
Yeah, it does count. I think we're raising money for Mind on that one, so that's good. That's Odeon's current chosen charity, which is a really good charity actually, which is brilliant. But yeah, we'll talk about the film in a bit. Let's just continue for a second. So Stephen, the Saturday event. In fact, you're coming down with Niki, aren't you? Both coming down together.
Yes.
Oh, that's good.
Yes, she's very kindly going to put me in the ecto, whatever we're going to call it, but it's Rufus, isn't it?
It's Rufus. It's called Rufus. Well remembered.
Yeah. Ah, nice. Okay.
So yeah, it's very kindly taking me down there. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's such a positive thing we're doing. Can't wait to meet you all for the first time. And like I say, it's that thing of the positivity, and you know, there's so many layers to what we will be doing. It's I just can't wait to get stuck in and do that. You know, it's gonna be brilliant.
Brilliant, fabulous. So it's London, isn't it, Niki? Coming down from London that way.
Yeah, I mean, it fancies itself as Surrey, but it's not.
No, you're closer to the inner circle than.
Yeah. We're that little bit of South London that calls itself Surrey because it's got illusions of grandeur.
I used to live just round the corner from where you live when I was a teenager.
Definitely not posh.
I used to go to Carshalton High School for boys, which I think is now an academy.
Oh my God, that's literally round the corner.
I know. Yeah, I know. Yes, when I was a youngster, before I moved down south, I was in Carshalton. Yeah, it wasn't that great back in the day, to be fair. But that's talking 35 years ago, something like that, 30 something years ago. But
no,
yeah,
I'm only 24.
24. I wish. Jeez, that's it. Yeah, I wish. So the other thing I want to talk about as well is, say again, Tom.
It's not age, it's wisdom, Andy.
Yeah, I've got none of that either. I just go with the flow. The other thing I want to talk about is our social media. So we've recently started the Instagram account, which I think, Stephen, you're going to take on at some point. Niki's on that at the moment. How's that coming, Niki? How's the account coming?
Yeah, it's really good. We've had some good interactions so far from franchises around the world. We've had a really lovely message from Cancer Research after last week's event.
Fabulous.
So we'll be boosting their social presence by sending them some pictures and a little write-up about that.
Oh, brilliant.
So it's lovely that those charities are connecting with us and see what we're doing. That's
really good when the charities kind of come in and say, you know, we like what you're doing, you know, send us some content and we'll push it out. That's brilliant. I love that. Yeah, really good. Awesome.
Yeah, but please do follow us. It's Pompey.Ghostbusters on Instagram.
Pompey.Busters. I couldn't use Ghostbusters because the first account I created got taken down.
This is why I didn't get a career in marketing.
That's all right. I'll make sure there's a little thing at the bottom when I put this video out. I'll go through and put it on.
I'll speak to HR. We hide
Yeah. I couldn't use Ghostbusters because Stephen will tell you. I actually created an account a couple of weeks ago, and it got taken down for intellectual property rights issues. So I decided. Actually, this is the third account. I'd created another account after that, and that just didn't go anywhere because I think I was still connected to the first account. So Instagram went, nope, not happening. So this account, I literally logged out of everything, started this account from scratch, and fingers crossed it stays up. Although I did get a notification the other day that someone from Surrey has logged in, and it's an IP address, and I was logged in at the same time and thinking, quick, log out, quick. But yeah.
Not really Surrey though, remember?
No, it didn't say Surrey. It actually said Carshalton. So I was like, oh no, that is. So social media, I mean, for our kind of the presence that we have, I think we've got it going. I mean, the Facebook group is doing really well. We're getting a good amount of followers each week, and I've got it set up so every Friday or something it does a little post to welcome new members and pushes out that kind of stuff, and hopefully people will invite their friends. But I mean, I've seen that group go from strength to strength over the last year. It's just boomed, and we're nearly at what now? What was it on? 580 something? No, 300. I can't remember. I've got to check that. I've got to check my figures. What are we on? 399. So we're nearly at 400 members, and that's just come on really well over the last.
Yeah, 399.
Yeah, over the last couple of months, it's just gone.
The lovely thing about that is it's all genuine.
Yeah.
There's been no paid for, there's been no booths, no promotions, no nothing. This is engagement, and I love that. It's
organic. Yeah, it's so good. And when I was on the radio the other week, so I knew that the guy, what was his name now? Tom? Oh, I can't think of his name. Was it Tom? It was someone. John something or other. I apologise if you watch this, John. I'm sorry. Brain's gone. I didn't sleep too well last night, and I'm still ill from Christmas. I can't seem to get rid of this cold. But I knew he was in the group, so when I knew I was going on the radio, and I told everyone I was going to try and get as many Ghostbuster references out as possible, he actually liked that post. I was like, boom. So I knew whenever I said anything on the radio, he was I could hear him laughing in the background. It was hilarious. So good. But I like those. I'm quite lucky because I've been a photographer locally. I've worked with the news a lot. I used to actually do photography. So the guy who came down the other day, Chris, who came down to the event, I used to do what he does. So it goes around all these events and takes pictures and does a little bit of video, that kind of stuff. And the guy who runs the group of people, if you like, or used to run the photography side of things for the news, I'm actually really good friends with him. He's a really good lad. So whenever I know there's an event coming up, he's the first person I tell, so I can make sure. And he pushes it out to the editor of the news and all that kind of stuff. And I actually do a press release. Funny enough, for every event I do, I actually write and download a PDF press release, send it on to them, and that's generally what they put in the paper. So when you see something go out a few days before the event, you know that's generally what I've written. I'm just on that kind of stuff. I'm used to doing it for Hampshire Cosplay, and I'll just continue to do it. And it's such a big push locally for local people, you know. And most of the people in our group, most of the members of public who are in our group, are local people, and it's just pushing it out to them even more. So it's really, really good. I'm more than happy where we are at the moment with social media. And now we've got the Instagram account, which between Niki and Stephen are going to take on and push that. I think it's just going to boom. And especially for mass hysteria, I think the Instagram account is going to be big for that, because there's a lot of people on the Instagram account who aren't really on or don't really do the Facebook thing, but they're Ghostbusters and they're out there, and we need to try and get their attention and hope they turn up. That's the big thing. Will they turn up? Mass hysteria. Good. I like that, Stephen. Look at that. So yes, I mean, in terms of all that kind of stuff, I'm way more than happy. Let's talk about the film. No spoilers, people. Yeah, we've got to talk, because that's the next event. The next event is the release. Yeah, and do you know what the one? So yeah, the one thing that's really, really getting my goat at the moment is the lack of merchandise that we have in the UK.
Yeah.
Have you seen what's coming out in America? It is. There's popcorn tins. There's the AMC are doing a proper little Slimer and a Trap popcorn containers. They look amazing. I want them. If they were here, I would buy them. I mean, what's going on there? It's nuts.
Sold out by 6:30 a.m.
Like in 10 minutes, they were just gone. I know. I saw that. Yeah, I saw that. How much were they going for when you're buying them? How much were they? Do you know?
I didn't look because it just depressed me that they just sold out.
Yeah. Oh, it's absolutely. I don't understand why the UK can't do that. And it's not just for the Ghostbusters franchise; it's most other franchises nowadays. I remember when I was in fact, the last time I ever managed to get something, I think would have been Star Wars Episode 2. I got a proper popcorn tin, you know, the big bucket. I haven't seen anything like that since. I really haven't. It's just posters.
The only things I've seen are like the cups and occasionally like the popcorn buckets and stuff, but that tends to be for I hesitate to use the expression, but like kids films.
Disney.
Disney and the kind of that marketing.
Yeah.
You know, I hesitate to call a Pixar film a kids film because I think the adults get more out of it than kids. But,
Yeah. There's a lot of adult humour in there. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. It's the typical 5-year-old is not going to get the subtleties of us, are they? You know. It's really sad. It's really sad that we don't get that stuff.
Yeah,
There's
strange.
There's a lot of fans, and it would go down an absolute storm, I think.
Yeah, I don't know what Sony. Well, I don't even know whether it is Sony. It's just I think it's the licensing is the problem. UK have a real terrible licensing issues with stuff like that, and it's not just about getting the license; it's the time frame. I think by the time they come out, applying for the licenses in the UK, because we're so remote from the rest of everything, we just don't have time to get the license to push them. You know, by the time we would, it'd be two or 3 months into the film, and it just won't be possible. So, I mean, where historically we have been quite far behind. So, when a film comes out, we'd be 6 months behind that film. By the time that come out, the licensing would have been purchased, sorted, all that kind of stuff. Now, because we get wide releases, it just doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen.
I don't know if you remember, but
go on.
Go ahead, mate.
Oh, cheers, mate. And you said a quick one. I was just going to say, I remember when Afterlife came out, and I was searching and searching. I was going in toy shops looking for things, and the only thing I ever found was in B&M. I don't know if any of you saw them. The slime marshmallow things that came in like a 6-pack. And they were
Yes. Yeah, I remember seeing those. It's like a long box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bought like 10 of them.
Brilliant. What are you going to say, Tom?
Well, I think it's just a shame because it's like Niki said a minute ago. All it does, it puts money in the hands of scalpers and sort of rips off real fans. I mean, if there's such, like Niki said, there's such a demand for it, and I'm sure, you know, as fans, we'd rather support the people producing the merchandise and the actual filmmakers themselves.
Absolutely.
Put the money in the hands of people who are just trying to make a quick buck. You know. It's just,
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've bought two of the two in the box, and I will be selling one of them to pay for the other.
I've done that the same way that I ended up with a Fair Spirit pack.
Yeah.
That's an investment.
Yeah.
One day my son will walk into a collector's shop and get a nice little, you know, payday on that. Yeah, the two in the box thing, again, you know, we've done two. My husband thinks we're going to put one away, but he's going to end up with one and I'm going to end up with one.
Of course. Yeah, absolutely.
No self-restraint.
What would that be?
families that bust together stay together. You know?
Yeah.
What he's saying, but apparently he says that it's a marriage certificate that does that. I wasn't sure.
So, the film. I mean, we've all seen the trailers. In fact, a new trailer. Have you seen the Japanese trailer that came out? Someone posted. It was someone posted in the group. It's really good. The one thing I'm liking are the new ghosts. I mean, we've got the old ghost Slimer's back, obviously, and you know, I'm really looking forward, and I love the fact they've got the librarian back in. Such a big thing for, you know, the first bang of the first film is that librarian scaring the absolute crap out of you, and to have her back, it's just goosebumps. It really is. But I'm liking some of the newer ghosts. Not too keen on this pukey thing. That's just a gimmick to sell toys, I reckon. I'm not that fussed.
We'll buy them.
We will, you know that. We will buy them. But I think you got the sewer dragon, which is the big thing you flying around the streets and stuff like that. But I like the idea of the possessor. Now this is where you see Ray looking up at the lion in the trailer, and the lion comes to life. And later on, if you saw some of the TV spots, you see Phoebe actually shoot the tail off the lion from the Ecto C, which we'll talk about in a minute because I love that thing. I've got to talk about it. But
you're going to build one, aren't you?
Oh, I couldn't. I wish someone would. I'm not a builder, mate. I'm a demolisher. I can't build stuff. I can try and put things together. Yeah. But the idea that this thing is going to go from you know, object to object, and then I think was it McKenna was talking about it could be in a dog or something like that. It's just one of those things, I think, where, you know, another scare tactic, you know, like the librarian was. You didn't know what was going to happen. And when you first watched that film, you didn't know she was going to jump at the camera, and you don't know what's going to be jumping at the camera in this film. Discuss. What do you reckon, guys?
With regards to the possessor.
Yeah, or any of the other ghosts. I mean, they're the only other two I think that have been confirmed, other than the the main protagonist Garaka. I think But I mean, in the trailer, it does say that the containment unit. It's inferred that the containment unit is going to release everything. So we don't.
Every ghost they ever caught.
Yeah.
Released or something along those lines, didn't they? So
Yeah. I'm assuming there's a taxi driver out there somewhere. There's got to be.
These days.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think there's from what I've seen and heard, should we say that there's a lot of. I think they're trying to get back to similar effects to the first film from what I've seen and heard.
Yeah.
And from what you can see in it, there is a lot of physical effects.
Yeah.
Actual
All practical. Yeah.
Effects. Yeah.
Even Slimer again. With Slimer, they've used practical effects with Slimer. It looks incredible.
Yeah. Which is awesome.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely fantastic. Yeah. From someone who makes films. Someone who uses a camera now and again to record stuff. Understanding the how to do those kind of practical effects and it just gives me goosebumps to see it. When people say, "Oh, this, that, and the other," and that CGI, and that, it's not. It's so many practical effects in this. It's crazy. And yeah, you're right. It's one of the big things I love about this franchise. The use of practical
effects, you get that kind of depth, you get that reality that's missing.
That real,
the pure CGI.
Yeah.
I'm not saying there's not some amazing CGI.
No, absolutely.
But you get that kind of almost that sense you could reach and touch it.
Yeah.
And I remember when when they were talking about the making of The Force Awakens, and they were saying that that he was returning much more to the practical effects, and I thought, thank God, it's because that's what made the heart and soul of those original films. I think it's the same with Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
And we know how rushed the effects were on the original film, because they had to hit that release date. But still, my God, we bought it. It was fantastic. It was fun.
Yeah.
It had heart. It was funny. It was effective with things like the librarian. So yeah, I mean, I'm all for it, and I'm here for it. I'm a little bit precious about those lions outside the library because I had a bit of a moment when I got to see them, and so seeing them become menacing and seeing their tails get shorn off, not a fan. I'm a little bit protective of those. They're a bit special.
Okay then, the Ecto C. Let's talk this. Tom, what do you reckon about you've seen the trailer? This thing walks up, and depending on which TV spot you watch, you see a kind of different version of almost. It's kind of different. Sorry, I'm just being told that we've got 10 minutes. In one of them, you see them walk up, and you just see something move on the front. It's obviously the casing opening up, and then in the next one, you actually see the wand that is actually up. So I'm assuming that's what's come up out of this thing, and Phoebe must grab it and sort out the lion. Sorry, Niki. But what do you reckon, Tom? I mean, I love it.
I do. I mean, I think we talked about it on our group chat that it was very reminiscent of a lot of the vehicles from the real Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
I mean, I as a kid, that was my introduction to Ghostbusters. The real
Right.
Ghostbusters when I was very, very small. And I remember I had a lot of the Kenner toys, and they had pretty much every vehicle imaginable.
Yeah.
There was a helicopter, there was a drag racer, there was a go-kart, there was
Wow,
even a
yeah.
street sweeper, if I recall correctly.
Brilliant.
So to see them fashion one out of a motorcycle was got me in the nostalgia feel, should we say?
Yeah, I mean, I love the look. I love the fact, and I think I've mentioned this before. I love the fact that clearly Winston, being a millionaire, has had 40 years to create something updated. Maybe that's the right word. Something a little bit new, and I love that. I love the fact that the franchise is being renewed in not only in the fact that there's kids, but there's also. I don't know whether you guys, because I don't think the franchise could move forward with just the kids as 4 or 5 Ghostbusters. So they've kind of introduced a couple of new characters, and along with Paul Rudd, who is my absolute favourite guy of all time at the moment.
name is Gary Grubester.
Yeah, yeah. We've got so James, 3 more basically stand-up comedians have come into this franchise. We've got James Acaster, which is obviously you must know him. He's been on what's that stand-up show? I can't remember now. Anyway, you've got a couple of American guys. So you've got Kamal Nanjiani, so funny, and then is it Patton Oswalt? Yeah. So they've come in. I've got it written down here. Actually, I'm lying. I can see it. I think between the 4 of these guys, we've got a new set of Ghostbusters. I think that's and this is just a prediction. This is not a spoiler. This is just a prediction. Sorry, Niki. That Paul Rudd is my absolute favourite guy of all time at the moment. I think his comedy is very I don't know. It's very slight and it's very in. If you don't hear it, it's gone. It's that kind of real push for quick laughs. But I love that about it. Paul Rudd's never done a bad. He's never done a bad role. He's been in some really bad films, but he's always been the best of those films. And I love the guy. I think he's brilliant. In Marvel, I'm a massive Ant-Man fan anyway. But the fact that they use Paul Rudd is a massive, massive thing for me. And I think that these 4 guys are going to be the next generation of Ghostbusters going forward. And with the kids then following on later, potentially, or still being involved in that kind of stuff. I think that's where they put him because James Acaster looks very much like a real Ghostbuster Spengler. Tell me there's not something there. And he's got the he works in the scientific, all that kind of stuff. He's got that kind of thing going on, and it just gives me the feels for it, And the other 2 coming in with Paul, I think, What do you guys think? Am I just completely off left field?
Just on James Acaster, I don't think it's true because from what I gather in the film, he maintains his British accent. But I had a friend speculate that he was going to be the love child of Lewis Tully and Janine Melnick.
He's too young. I don't know. I don't see it.
I don't see it happening. But
no.
It's quite interesting.
No.
I personally love that they're going back to comedians.
Yeah.
It's true to the roots of the original film.
It was supposed to be a comedy.
I love that.
The 4 of those guys together, yeah. You're right, Niki. And that's what gives me the feels for it because four comedians taking on the next role of 4 comedians, it's just goosebumps, massive. Listen, we're kind of running out of time, ladies and gents. We've got a couple of minutes left, and I did have a whole thing. It says here, Paul Rudd appreciation session. We're going to have this whole big talk about Paul Rudd, but we'll do that next time. I love the guy. I think he's brilliant. I think casting him in Ghostbusters, the person who did that, should be paid a lot of money because he's going to push this forward. He can't do anything wrong. He can't. He's been in some shoddy films, Clueless. Sorry, Niki. That's a bad film, but he's the best thing about it. I'm sorry, that's just the way it is. It's I can watch that film over and over again because of Paul. It's just it doesn't.
No,
it doesn't age.
He's in one of the really terrible Halloween sequels. I can't think which.
He is. He's in. You're right. Is it like the 4th or 5th one, something like that?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Just looks the same. Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna have to call it there, guys and girls. It's gone really quick. That's brilliant for our first session. That's really, really good. I really enjoyed that. I thought it was brilliant, and I think this is going to be a good format to get out a lot of the information that we've got. Facebook is great, Instagram is great, but YouTube, I think people are still out there, and we can push a lot of information even in 30 minutes. I think we've done really well. So let me just say to the ladies and gents on YouTube, thank you very much for joining us. We're going to try and do one of these hopefully each month, and just give as much information as we can about our group, the values and goals that we have for our group, the events we do, and the big event coming up. We'll be pushing that next month probably. And yeah, thank you very much for joining us. Thanks, guys and girls, for being here. And
Thanks a lot.
yeah,
Thank you.
YouTube. Peace out.
Good to see you all.